Good morning. Oh, there you are. Well, I sure hope you guys enjoyed your 4th of July weekend. We are on our 6th and final, sad, week of summer reading. And we have traveled everywhere. We've gone to the magical habitats. We've talked about insects. We've gone to the desert and the ocean and the rainforest. And last but not least, we're going to travel to the safari. What kind of animals do you think live in the safari? Well, we've got hippos and zebras and lions and giraffes, and well, we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see what kind of things there are. But today we're gonna talk about hippos. Now I apologize, still Mrs. V's allergies are all sorts of crazy. It's this time of year, so I apologize if I sniffle, sneeze, or cough while I'm trying to read and talk to you guys. So, because I can already feel it tingles in my nose, and then it makes me either want to itch or sneeze and stuff. But it's just that time of year where it gets kind of dry and it's kind of warm out, and when the breeze comes along and it goes like that and it kind of stirs up all that dirt and dust and pollen, that's what makes my nose go crazy. But first, let's read a story. So today we're going to read Mouse and Hippo. Now, let's get started. I'm going to flip back. What is this? Oh, it's a mouse. Oh, he's painting. He looks like he's on a rock. But does his rock look the same as the other rocks? They don't. Oh, let's see what happens. Whoa! Was it a rock? No, you guys are right. It's a hippo. Whoops! Excuse me. I had an itch. Your itch was me, and help! I can't swim! Help, 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 help! Would you like to open your eyes so you can watch yourself being rescued? I'm sorry I dumped you in the lake. It really wasn't your fault. I should have been more careful where I set up my easel. Do you guys know what an easel is? That's right. It's this little thing here that was holding his painting. Let me put your painting back on the easel. Wow, this looks just like real water. For saving me, I would like to paint your portrait. I've never had my picture painted before. You can keep it when it's done. Oh boy. I can't wait to see me. What should I do? All you have to do is not move. And please, don't talk while I concentrate. I want to look good. Is this my best side? Be sure to make me look strong. When I smile, I have a little dimple. I'm going to be quiet now. Quiet as a mouse. You're so big. I'm going to use my biggest brush. Gee, you don't really know how big a hippo is until you try to paint one. There, done. Whew. You can come look. My paper was too small to fit all of you in. What did they draw? What did he draw? What did the mouse draw? He just painted it gray, didn't he? I apologize again for my nose. Do you like it? It's awesome! If I use my imagination, my ears are here, probably way up there, and my dimple is right here. I'm sorry, your dimple is higher than my paper. I can't wait to get it home and hang it in my bathtub. You can come over and see it anytime if you want. Is that a bathtub, you guys? No. I love my portrait so much, I'd like to paint one of you. No one has ever painted me before either. You can use my paper and brushes. You are so little that I'm going to use your tiniest brush. Okay, stand still, just like that, I did. And be as quiet as a hippo. It might help to know I like cheese, and I'm a fast runner. Also, my mother says I have beautiful whiskers. Okay, here I go. I'm painting. I bet it's going to be good because you're taking a long time. Can I see it yet? Almost done. All right, you can look now. Do you like it? I love it. You made me look so cute. Wait, did he draw a mouse? He only drew a dot. Pages are sticking. I didn't have a small enough brush to paint your whiskers. It's perfect. I'd like to hang it over my fireplace. Uh-oh, it's too big for my door. But wait, I have an idea. You can decide where to cut it. There. Oh, look at that, he cut it out. So it'll fit in his door. How does it look? It's a little crooked. That's perfect. You can come over anytime and see it if you want. The end. How funny are those guys? They didn't really draw what they thought they were going to draw, or they drew what they thought they were going to draw. It just didn't come out exactly as you would think, huh? But they both loved it. They're big and small. And that's just sometimes how it works. We have really, really big animals, and then there's really, really small animals. So today, we're gonna make a hippo hand puppet, okay? So go ahead and take your supplies out and get your scissors, your crayons, and your glue, or glue stick. You know me, Mrs. V loves a good glue stick, because I'm very impatient. So I went ahead and I started coloring mine. So this guy here, obviously, is his ears, and these are his teeth. So I already colored this one, and I'm gonna set it aside. And I started to color this one. So here's part of it, and this part. You only need to color just this middle section. We're not gonna see these sides. And of course, you can color your hippo however you like, and Mrs. V has a really, really hard time deciding what color to color things, so mine's all sorts of colors, as usual. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish coloring mine while you guys get started. Okay? Now remember, you wanna try to stay in the lines the best you can, and you only need to color just this middle section, okay? The other parts are our folding parts to be able to make our puppet. Now you are welcome to color them if you like. If you absolutely want to color everything, you are welcome to. Just keep in mind that we're not really gonna see those parts for our puppet as well. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm just coloring away here. Oops, Mrs. V needs to slow down. I made a little bit of a mistake there and got it in the eyeball, but that's okay. We'll make it work. That's what happens when you rush and you don't take your time. Ooh, and I'm coloring so fast and hard, I'm shaking the camera. It makes it look like there's an earthquake. Okay. Have any of you guys ever seen a hippo before? You have? I'm going to say it wasn't in the wild. I'm going to say you were at a zoo. Because hippos are certainly not an animal that we have here in the prairie, do we? What about a giraffe? See, these are all animals. Giraffes and tigers and lions. Those are all animals that are not in our area. Now, we have had some animals we've talked about this summer that we do see around here, even though this isn't their main habitat. But we have mostly, now the safari is kind of an interesting habitat because it has some parts that are like the rainforest, lots of tree areas. Not as wet though. And there's also some parts that are more like the desert, where it's a big open area, things like that. So you've got things like hyenas and all of those guys. If you kind of think of all the different animals that you see in The Lion King, the movie The Lion King, and I'm sure you guys have seen that, okay? If you think of that, because that's my best example I can think of, that you guys would probably know, is there's all sorts of, but if you pay attention to that, there's a bunch of different types of scenes or scenery in that movie that have different types of habitats, where you have some that are in the kind of tree forest area, then there's some that are in those dens where they kind of make their home in holes and in rock caves. So it's kind of a little bit of everything. Okay, so I'm done coloring, but I know you guys probably aren't, so go ahead and do what we do. Pause your video and come back when you're done. All right. So I have my hippo colored, not this side, but just my middle piece, and I've got this part colored. Now, we do not need to cut anything on this one, so this one just set aside. But go ahead and get your scissors out, and we're going to cut around this. Now, you're going to want to cut around the solid lines and these dotted lines, all together one piece, okay? So first, I'm just going to cut mine across this dotted line right here. And I'm going to cut out my teeth first, okay? Make sure you're using good scissor skills. Your thumb's always up on top. And open and shuts and very gentle. Make sure you watch your fingers because these are tinier pieces. So if you do need a little bit of help, go ahead and ask for some help. But don't make them do all of it on your own, on theirs, because you need to do some of it too, okay? All right. So there's my teeth cut out. So I'm going to set those aside. There's my garbage. Now I'm going to cut the ears out. So first I'm just going to cut all the way across this dotted line, all the way across. Now this one is a little trickier, okay? So I get it if you might need some help. But again, don't have them do all of it. You need to try to do some of it, okay? It's the only way we practice our scissors skills and get better at our scissors skill is by practicing, by doing it. If we always have everybody do all of it for us, we don't learn. Okay, so there's one ear. Coming around the bend here. Okay, so there, we're done with our scissors. That's it for today. So we can put those away. Now, before I get my glue, I'm going to have it out. So we're going to put it there, okay? We need to do some folding, okay? So we're going to fold, see these little dotted lines? We're going to fold our teeth back, okay? We're going to fold that one back. So that way, it looks like that. We're going to do the same thing with our ears. We're going to push this part and we're going to fold it back on there. My line might not be perfectly straight because I'm doing it up in the air so you can see better. Okay, so there's that one. And this one. Okay, and now we're going to set those aside. What I want you to do is we're going to fold these. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to fold along this long line. Okay. So you'll get it lined up. Yeah. Use your finger and run it across to make a nice crease. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip it over. We're going to do it on this side. Now, if this part you need a little help to line it up, go ahead and get it. And I'm going to take a break for a minute. I'll be back.